Well, first we're going to talk to Martyn from SIS Live, who's with me now. Hi, Martyn.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming on. Just made it in time here.
Just, yes.
Ran in, just like a real diva. Thought that's it. Click on and off we go. I'm impressed. Now, normally I'd ask people to tell us about SIS Live, but the chances are they all know. But I'm going to do it anyway. Tell us a little bit, first of all, about SIS Live.
Yes, sure. Well, at SIS Live, obviously, we have our own OB fleet. We have 108 trucks, doing events such as European Tour Golf, Premiership Football all over the UK and over Europe as well. But what people probably don't realise is that SIS Live has a very big product arm as well, which is what I'm responsible for.
So let's talk products. I've interviewed David Mellon a few times, and you always have a great range of products. Go through the sort of range of products that you guys provide.
Well, typically the product system was built on our own desires and our own needs for our own trucks. So we started off with a uPod, which is renowned throughout the industry as being a very high leader in that kind of product range. But since then we've developed other products such as ManPak style products. So we have a manual point one with an easy GUI on the back, which makes it, you can train someone, a non-satellite user, within 10-15 minutes of how to use it. We also have an auto point manual system, and we've also gone on to make products such as the DriveForce, which is a 60 mile an hour vehicle mount system that we use on the European Tour Golf, simply because the wind speeds are so high.
So we'll start on the small side. Let's talk about the Manpack, because I've seen that on the stand and it's quite impressive. Go into a little bit more detail about the Manpack and what that offers somebody.
Well, it is the only satellite terminal on the market that has no removable parts. So it folds into itself, the petals fold in rather than remove, which is very common. But we had some discussions with our customer base and took their feedback. So for instance, we've reinforced the corners with Kevlar. We've made the petals fold in, and it's very simple to point. The GUI on the back is so simple, you can teach anyone to do it in a very short period of time. So it is a very simple product that's very lightweight, 12 kilos, and is very good.
And what sort of bands does that support? Because it's not a huge dish, is it? So
no, we've had it approved on X-band for the UK MOD. It's currently approved on KU and KA as well. So all the CE testing has been completed, the mil-spec testing as well. So it's all three bands at the moment.
Brilliant. Now, going from the small to somewhat larger, you mentioned the other system you got that's rated at very high wind speeds, isn't it?
It is, yes. It's a 60 mile an hour operational wind speed. It was also capable of dual band and also capable of two 750 watt dual redundancy amps, which is very rare for the marketplace.
And so, I mean, people say, okay, so it's good in high wind. Why is that so important these days to have something that's?
Well, this was born off the European Tour Golf. When we were doing links courses, we found the wind speeds to be 40 to 50 miles an hour. So we set our engineers a task to build us an antenna that would work at 60 mile an hour winds that weighed the same as everything else, so 110 kilo maximum weight. And typically our other products are around the 30-40 mile an hour wind speed. And they actually surpass themselves, and we've had it higher wind speeds, but we don't like to talk about that, but 60 mile an hour is key for operational use.
Because I suspect a lot of people who aren't necessarily au fait with dish systems, of course, it's effectively you're putting up a big sail, aren't you?
Absolutely, yeah.
And
the bigger the sail, the bigger the wind.
The bigger the wind, and the more trouble you're going to get. And of course, you're putting these on top of trucks as well.
Yes.
So to see something like this in 60 mile wind and remain stable, because of course, if it starts moving within the wind, there goes.
You lose your connection, and if it's a live feed, for instance, that's vital. So for us, it was very important to be able to surpass the current standards and beat those. And to therefore provide our customers with a stable live feed. And from our point of view, all our products are tested in the field by ourselves and used by ourselves. And that makes us very different to a lot of our other companies.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, as you say, one advantage, and you do more than just the two dishes that we spoke about. It's not that you've got some designer in a room designing something and thinking that's good and out it goes.
Exactly.
You get to field test these on your actual OB trucks that you have.
Absolutely, yes. And you can see when you see a SIS Live van out and about, there's a SIS Live van here with the DriveForce on top that we use for live events. So we use our products, and that's a big thing for us, because the users will give us feedback on what should make it better, and that drives us forward.
That's great. Now, Martyn, if people want to find you here at the show, obviously you said you're outside and inside. Whereabouts can they find you?
We're in Hall 1, C55.
And if you go out at the front, you've got a truck out there, people can
It's
see.
right by the entrance, you can't miss it.
You can't miss it. Yeah, it's true. It's a big red SIS Live truck, isn't
That's
it? You can't miss it. And obviously, if people can't get here, they're watching this, we're going all over the world here.
Okay.
Is there a website they can go to?
Yeah, they can go to www.sislive.tv.
Brilliant, Martyn. Thank you for coming on. Much appreciated. Go and have a look at their website, and especially have a look at the product ranges of those dishes. The Manpack is very impressive, I have to say. And if you're after something larger, have a look at that big dish on top of the truck. If you're around here, that's also quite an impressive thing as well.